Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejizi. Today's quest is why chasing body counts misses the point. Why chasing body counts misses the point. All right, let's talk about something that gets a lot of attention, and that is body count. That's the term people use for how many partners someone has had before. For many men, this number feels like it matters a lot. They see it as a shortcut to judge loyalty, commitment, or whether someone is good for a long-term relationship. And actually, it is in most cases. But here's the truth. It's not totally as useful as people think, especially when a woman is honestly trying to right all her wrongs, which she didn't know better in the past. First, digging into someone's past doesn't actually give you certainty. Think of it like a medical test. A cancer screening can't prove you are healthy. It can only show if something is bad in your body. In the same way, asking about body count can only give you information that makes you worry. It can't assure you. So why put yourself through that stress? Second, honesty here is complicated. Even if someone tries to tell the truth, the way people count is different. Some might not include short encounters, regrets, or times they weren't fully present. Others only count relationships. So the number you hear is almost never the full story. And honestly, why ask a question when you know the answer will never be exact? Thirdly, focusing on numbers can create jealousy and mistrust. Studies show jealousy is one of the biggest sparks for conflict in relationship. If you punish someone for being honest, you are basically asking them to hide things. That's not a healthy dynamic. Now, people often bring up statistics, like how couples who wait until marriage have lower divorce rates. That's true, but it's also rare and usually tied to strong cultural or religious traditions. It's not just about numbers, it's about values, community, and shared beliefs. Here's the bigger point. Body count is often used as a stand-in for purity or innocence. But those aren't the same thing. Numbers don't tell you about someone's character, their kindness, their honesty, or their ability to love deeply. Yes, it doesn't actually show you. Those numbers don't actually show you. Some women that I've come across, they were genuinely into relationships that they thought will work out. They put in all themselves, and before they know what is happening, they've gone through 7 boyfriends just because they wanted to love someone and they also wanted the person to love them back. But probably the person came with a dubious character or intent. So, what I'm trying to say is that body count doesn't tell you exactly how a person is. Even though it can tell you like about, let's say, 80% of how a person is, especially if the person's character matches their body count. Like when you see someone that is actually, let's say, the person is wild and the person is actually promiscuous, they are not doing anything to actually check somebody before they allow the person into their life. That's when you can say, okay, those statistics are real. But if they are actually working towards it and they genuinely do not know, how can you be able to count that against them? So, body count doesn't show exactly a person's character, their kindness, their honesty, or their ability to love deeply. Reducing a person to a statistic misses everything that actually matters in a relationship. So instead of obsessing over the past, ask yourself better questions. Do they treat you with respect? Do they show loyalty when it counts? Do they share your vision for the future? Those are the things that build lasting partnerships and relationships. Numbers don't. At the end of the day, chasing numbers is a distraction. What really matters is building trust, setting healthy boundaries, and focusing on the present. If you want a strong relationship, stop looking backward and start paying attention to how someone shows up for you today. If the person is showing up for you today and yet they don't want to leave their past, then it's a problem. If the person is showing up today clueless, probably you should teach the person so that they don't keep on falling into wrong relationships that will be racking up their body counts. So what matters is that, does the person want to change? Is the person ready to learn? That is what matters. Although body count has its place, especially when it matches the character of the person. But if it doesn't match up, then it means that there's something wrong somewhere. You start looking out for the character that helps you to bond with that person and grow with that person. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.